Can a single country embody both serenity and chaos, ancient wisdom and futuristic innovation? Japan does. As dawn breaks over Mount Fuji, its perfect silhouette emerging from morning mist, Tokyo's neon lights still pulse in the distance. What secrets lie in this land of contrasts? Journey with us through 6,852 islands, where 126 million people have crafted a culture unlike any other. From snow-capped mountains to subtropical beaches, from thousand-year-old temples to robot restaurants, this is Japan, where every moment feels like stepping between worlds. Natural wonders of Japan. Some countries tell their stories through cities. Japan tells hers through mountains, water, and fire. Her beauty isn't just built, it's born. Shaped by volcanoes, carved by rivers, whispered by wind through ancient trees. Begin in the heart of Kyushu, where Mount Aso breathes beneath the sky. One of the world's largest active volcanoes, it doesn't hide its fire. Its caldera stretches over 100 kilometers wide, vast enough to hold villages, fields, even entire dreams. Steam rises from its crater like incense in a mountain temple. It doesn't roar, it exhales. A reminder that beneath Japan's calm surface lies untamed power. Walk the crater's edge, feel the heat on your skin, and know the ground lives. Now head north, where the Shirotoko Peninsula in Hokkaido remains one of Japan's last wild frontiers. No bullet trains, no cities, just silence broken by birdsong and the crunch of snow under boots. In summer, waterfalls tumble through moss-covered cliffs. In winter, drift ice floats down from Siberia, turning the coastline into a frozen dream. Brown bears forage in deep forests. Sea eagles hover above crashing waves. The people here say the gods never left, they just moved to Shirotoko. Maybe they're right. For contrast, find the desert in a land of water. Tottori sand dunes sprawl along the Sea of Japan like a forgotten page from a different story. These dunes shift constantly, rising and falling like waves frozen mid-motion. Some reach 50 meters high. Ride a camel, slide down a dune's back on a board, or stand barefoot at sunset as wind draws lines in the sand. It feels ancient, timeless. A place where even time itself seems to pause. Travel west, and you'll reach Akiyoshido Cave in Yamaguchi Prefecture. Japan's largest limestone cavern stretches beneath a grassy plateau, hiding rivers, glowing pools, and ceilings like cathedral arches. Some stalactites are older than history, others drip still, shaping the cave drop by drop. Light filters in, reflecting off mineral walls in shades of gold and blue. Walk quietly, even whispers echo like thunder here. In Gifu and Ishikawa prefectures, the Hakusen mountain range rises like a sleeping dragon. One of Japan's 3 sacred mountains, its peaks wear snow half the year. The forests at its base blaze with autumn color, and in spring, alpine flowers peek through melting snow. Hike its trails and pass shrines built by monks who believed climbing brought them closer to the gods. It's said no one returns unchanged from Hakusen. Maybe that's true. But Japan doesn't only rise, it falls too. In southern Yakushima, ancient cedar forests stretch into mist. Rain falls 300 days a year, coating every rock and branch in emerald moss. The trees here aren't just old, they're ancient. The Jomonsugi, Japan's oldest tree, has stood for over 7,000 years. It was already old when the pyramids were new. Hike through these forests, and you'll understand why they inspired Princess Mononoke. There are no straight paths, only winding trails that seem to know your thoughts. Every breath feels holy. For a world turned blue, dive into Cape Maida's Blue Cave in Okinawa. Sunlight enters through a narrow opening, reflecting off the seafloor and lighting the cave from below. Everything inside glows a soft electric blue that turns fish into ghosts and water into silk. Snorkelers float silently, surrounded by light that feels more like a dream than ocean. It's not just a cave, it's a baptism. Back on land, nothing prepares you for the 5 lakes of Fuji. These glassy mirrors lie at Mount Fuji's feet like offerings. Lake Kawaguchi, the most famous, gives photographers their perfect shot, Fuji's snowy crown doubled by reflection. In spring, cherry blossoms frame it in pink. In autumn, maple trees burn red against the mountain's calm. Rent a boat. Let the silence rock you gently. In Japan, even reflections tell stories. In Ibaraki Prefecture, visit Katachi Seaside Park in early May, when 4 million baby blue nemophila flowers bloom across rolling hills. It looks like the sky fell to earth. Walk the winding paths, and you're surrounded by a living sea of blue that stretches to the real ocean beyond. In autumn, the same fields turn crimson as kochia bushes take their place, proof that beauty doesn't stay, but always returns. In central Japan, the cliffs of Tojinbo stand like stone cathedrals. Basalt columns rise vertically from crashing waves, sculpted by wind and time into rough organ pipes. Local legends whisper of ghosts and gods here, and the sea below sings a low, endless chant. Watch as waves smash against rock and retreat, again and again. You feel small, but somehow more whole. Far south, Iriomote Island keeps its secrets well. Dense mangrove jungles guard waterfalls, and hidden coves lie beyond twisting rivers. Only 2,000 people live here. The island's real inhabitants, the elusive Iriomote wildcats, are rarely seen. Paddle through the jungle at dawn, cicadas rising like drums, and you'll understand why locals call it the Galapagos of the East. Then there's Lake Mashu in eastern Hokkaido, one of the clearest lakes on Earth. Its waters are so pure, so still, locals believe it's cursed. You're never supposed to see its surface completely clear. If you do, legend says something will change in your life. Maybe that's just folklore, or maybe some truths aren't meant to be proven. Don't forget forest bathing Shinrin-yoku, where the trees do the healing. Simply walk, breathe, listen. Studies show it lowers blood pressure and boosts immune function. But the real magic? It reminds you you're part of nature, not separate from it. In all these places, Japan's soul isn't explained, it's felt. The land doesn't shout, it whispers. Through fog. Spring, Sakuracason. When cherry blossoms paint Japan pink and white, everything changes. For a magical few days each spring, the entire country stops to celebrate Hanami flower viewing parties under blooming trees. Why such excitement over flowers that fall after just a week? That's exactly the point. Sakura embody mono, no aware, the poignant awareness of life's impermanence. Each petal reminds us, beauty doesn't last forever, so cherish it now. The Japanese Meteorological Agency tracks the cherry blossom front as it moves northward through the country from late March to early May. Weather forecasts include blooming predictions, and entire vacation schedules revolve around catching peak bloom in different regions. Families stake out prime viewing spots in parks before dawn, spreading blue tarps where they'll feast and drink well into the night beneath illuminated trees. For the most spectacular views, walk Kyoto's Philosopher's Path in early April. This canal-side trail lined with hundreds of cherry trees was named for a famous Japanese philosopher who meditated here daily. What deep thoughts might these blossoms inspire in you? Local vendors sell sakura-flavored ice cream and mochi along the route. The subtle floral taste somewhere between rose and almond appears in seasonal treats everywhere during this time. More ambitious viewers head to Yoshino Mountain, where 30,000 trees cascade down mountainsides in waves of pink and white. Trees at different elevations bloom at slightly different times, creating a month-long spectacle UNESCO recognized as a World Heritage Site. Divided into 4 areas, the lower, middle, upper, and inner mountain, Yoshino has been Japan's most celebrated cherry blossom viewing spot for over 1,300 years. Poets and emperors have journeyed here since the 8th century to witness this fleeting beauty. In Aomori's Hirosaki Park, 2,600 trees surround a feudal castle, their petals eventually covering the moat like a pink carpet. Park staff use special nets to collect floating petals, which they dry and use to make traditional Japanese paper. And in Tokyo, nighttime illuminations transform Chidoriga-fuchi's blossoms into magical floating clouds above the Imperial Palace moat. Spring also brings the Miyako Odori, when Kyoto's geisha perform dances that have remained unchanged for centuries. Their white painted faces and elaborate kimono represent Japan's commitment to preserving traditions while embracing the new season's energy. The dances tell stories of seasonal changes, historical events, and ancient legends, all with subtle movements where a slight turn of the wrist or tilt of the head conveys profound emotion. These performances sell out months in advance, but patient visitors might glimpse Meiko, apprentice geisha, hurrying to appointments in Giun's narrow streets. Culinary journey. Japanese cuisine goes far beyond sushi. Each region proudly maintains distinctive food traditions shaped by local ingredients and history. Hokkaido's cold waters produce Japan's finest seafood. Try sea urchin, uni, served moments after harvesting, its creamy texture and ocean-fresh flavor unlike anything you've tasted before. The island's dairy industry, rare in Japan, creates butter, cheese, and ice cream that rivals European products. Genghis Khan, a lamb barbecue named after the Mongolian conqueror, sizzles on helmet-shaped grills throughout Sapporo. Osaka earned its nickname Japan's kitchen through street foods that burst with flavor. Vendors flip takoyaki octopus-filled batter balls with incredible speed, serving them piping hot and topped with dancing bonito flakes. Osaka-style okonomiyaki combines cabbage, meat, eggs, and batter into a savory pancake that locals call Japanese pizza. In Kyoto, kaseki ryori elevates dining to art. These multi-course meals follow strict seasonal rules, with each dish meticulously arranged to represent landscapes or poems. A spring meal might include cherry blossom tempura, while autumn brings maple leaf-shaped sweets. Nothing is random, even the serving vessels change with the seasons. Fukuoka's signature is Hakata tonkatsu ramen noodles in rich pork bone broth, simmered for days until creamy white. Locals crowd tiny stalls called yate, slurping loudly to show appreciation. Why not join them? In Japan, slurping cools the noodles and enhances the flavor. It's practically required. Okinawa's cuisine reflects its unique history and subtropical climate. Goya champuru combines bitter melon with tofu, eggs, and pork ingredients in the Okinawan longevity diet that produces more centenarians than anywhere else on Earth. Want to live to 100? Their food might be the secret. Remember these dining tips. Use itadakimasu before eating to express gratitude. Never stick chopsticks vertically in rice, resembles funeral rituals. And feel free to lift small bowls closer to your mouth. Atiuen, Koyo. While spring gets attention for cherry blossoms, many Japanese prefer autumn's more contemplative beauty. Koyo fall foliage viewing transforms mountainsides into fiery canvases of red, orange, and gold. Unlike cherry blossom's brief appearance, autumn colors linger for weeks, slowly changing from the northern mountains to southern valleys. Nikko's Toshogu Shrine complex becomes even more spectacular when surrounded by crimson maple trees. This UNESCO site contains 103 buildings covered in elaborate gold leaf carvings, dragons, elephants, carved by artists who'd never seen one, and the famous see no evil monkeys. The contrast between these ornate buildings and nature's seasonal display creates unforgettable scenes. Kyoto's Arashiyama district offers views of the famous Togetsukiyo Bridge spanning the Katsura River, with mountains aflame in autumn colors behind it. Walk through the bamboo grove, where green stalks reaching 30 meters tall create a cool counterpoint to the warm fall palette. Lake Tawada, a pristine caldera lake straddling Aomori and Akita prefectures, reflects perfect mirror images of surrounding beach forests. The Oiris stream flowing from the lake features dozens of waterfalls framed by maple trees. Most dramatic might be Korenki Gorge in Aichi Prefecture, where 4,000 maple trees, many planted by a local monk centuries ago, create a tunnel of red leaves. Evening illuminations transform the scene into something from another world. The Japanese tradition of momijigari, literally hunting autumn leaves, dates back to the Heian period over 1,000 years ago. Nobles wrote poems about the changing colors, finding in them metaphors for life's beautiful impermanence. What meaning might you find in these falling leaves? Hidden gems. Beyond the famous sites lie places that reveal Japan's soul in unexpected ways. Naoshima Island in the Seto Inland Sea has transformed from struggling fishing village to world-class art destination. Concrete museums designed by Tadao Ando house works by Claude Monet, James Turrell, and others. Yayoi Kusama's yellow pumpkin sculpture sitting on a pier has become the island's icon. Throughout the island, abandoned houses have become art installations, proving that even the most traditional places can reinvent themselves. How about an island overrun with friendly rabbits? Okinoshima, once a secret site for poison gas production during World War II, now hosts hundreds of wild rabbits that approach visitors looking for treats. This transformation from dark history to place of joy represents Japan's remarkable capacity for renewal. In Nagano Prefecture, the preserved Edo period post town of Sumago-juku looks exactly as it did 300 years ago. Wooden buildings with paper lanterns line a stone street where cars are banned. Stay overnight in a traditional inn to experience life from another era after day trippers leave. You'll have the town almost to yourself. For true adventure seekers, remote Agashima Island hosts only 170 residents inside a double volcano caldera. Accessible only by helicopter or boat, when weather permits, it offers stargazing unmarred by light pollution and a natural geothermal sauna where you can cook food using the Earth's heat. Unique experiences await. Try forest bathing, Shinrin-yoku, where you simply exist among trees, scientifically proven to lower stress hormones. Winter wonders. Winter transforms Japan into a snow country that inspired some of its greatest literature. In Gifu Prefecture, Shirakawago's thatched roof farmhouses called Gashozukuri, prayer hands design, have survived heavy snowfall for 250 years. Their steep roofs, designed to prevent collapse under several meters of snow, resemble monks' hands pressed together in prayer. UNESCO recognized this village where people still live as they have for generations. Winter light-up events illuminate these houses against pure white snow as seen from a fairy tale. At Jigakudani Snow Monkey Park in Nagano, Japanese macaques soak in natural hot springs, their reddish faces contemplative against white surroundings. These are the world's northernmost monkeys, and they develop this bathing behavior nowhere else on Earth. Their expressions look surprisingly human as steam rises around them. Sapporo's Snow Festival transforms the city with massive snow and ice sculptures in early February, some standing several stories tall and requiring military precision to construct. Full-size buildings, famous characters, and intricate scenes carved from frozen water draw 2 million visitors annually. In Akita Prefecture, the Yokot Kamakura Festival creates igloo-like snow houses where children serve amazake, sweet rice drink, to visitors and pray for good water in the coming year. These traditions connect modern Japanese to ancient agricultural rhythms. Winter brings another Japanese pleasure: onsen hot springs. Remember proper etiquette: wash thoroughly before entering the communal bath, keep your small towel out of the water, and never wear swimsuits. The mineral-rich waters are said to cure various ailments, but mostly they offer perfect relaxation as snow falls around you. As Mount Fuji's perfect reflection shimmers in Lake Kawaguchiko at sunset, we come full circle in our journey. From ancient temples to futuristic cities, from spring's delicate cherry blossoms to winter's heavy snowfall, Japan offers endless contrasts that somehow create perfect harmony. This is a land where tradition doesn't fight innovation, but dances with it, where nature and human creativity enhance rather than oppose each other. Whether you seek spiritual insights at mountain temples, culinary adventures in hidden restaurants, artistic inspiration in centuries-old crafts, or simply moments of peace in perfectly maintained gardens, Japan rewards those who look closely. The Japanese word ichigo ichai reminds us that each encounter is unique and can never be repeated, just like your journey here will be. If this glimpse into Japan has sparked your imagination, give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends planning their own adventures. Subscribe to our channel and tap the bell icon for more immersive journeys that go beyond typical tourist experiences. Drop a comment telling us which season or place in Japan most captivates you. We'd love to know what calls to your spirit in this extraordinary land.